recorded.
Hey everyone. We are back from our summer hiatus for 2 summers. My name is Dana. My pronouns are he, him. We are missing one player for today's session, and another one is on their way back. So we'll just start with who we got. Let's do player and character introductions in character keeper order, and then maybe do last time on um, 2 summers. So I guess Mads, it's you.
Okay. So I'm Mads, they, them pronouns. I'll be playing Terry Delling, he, him. Terry is essentially the responsible older brother type who is really into music as a teen and was basically kind of training to be um, a good working roadie for a while, but then like got into event promotion as an adult and started making a really great living out of it. Um, as a teen, also he was um, like involved with Jeremiah, who was a community athlete, and they had kind of a hidden relationship, except to their friends. And yeah, something happened, and yeah, they broke up in a bad way, and then reconnected in a very, very interesting way in a treehouse, in their friend's treehouse as adults. So yeah, I mean it's been interesting, and now we have to figure out like what really broke them up um, when they were teens, and something weird's going on in the town, and then as adults, like how they plan on moving forward, if they plan on moving forward. So we'll see. Not sure. It'll be great.
That was a lot of great information, Mads. Well done. Thank you. Kind of lightens the load for me. The let's see. So, hi, I'm Mark. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Kira Holwell, who uses she, her pronouns. Kira is the bad seed. She comes from a family with a lot of problems in Silent Falls. And as a young person, as a teen, her dream was to get out of the town and start someplace else. And in the end, she stayed or left and came back, at least, and is now running the Silent Falls Examiner herself um, in in the modern era. Um, and she is married. Her husband is a guy that I am trying to remember the name of. His name is Eddie North, from the Silent Falls Norths, and she has a couple of kids, Evan and Franca, and so she has still she's one of the people that ended up staying here in Silent Falls when everybody else went on to success elsewhere. Yeah, and that's her deal.
Okay. And while we have you, Mark, is there something you want to recall for us from last session, previously in Silent Falls?
Yeah, so our last session, which was session 7, all took place in 99, I guess we had decided, or in the 90s. Um, and Kira's situation was that she, on her own, broke into the Montero mansion at night, um, trying to find some information about mysterious things that have been happening in a town. And she encountered a a man named um, Florian Labat, who is maybe a vampire. Um, Probably,
Definitely.
definitely a vampire. Who in the modern era can communicate to people in kind of weird ways. Um, And yeah, so she broke in, she encountered him, they had a conversation, and then Kira was able to find her way out. Florian did not kill her or change her in any way that we're immediately aware of, but she did get a nosebleed while she was there, and Labat gave her his handkerchief because he's a gentleman vampire. That's what I
Perfect.
remember.
Yeah. Mads, how about you? Anything from Terry's point of view that you want to call out?
I think, at least from last session, that I remember fairly well was that, yeah, I mean, Terry was introduced or found out about his definitely like inspirational and just inspiring band that got him on his path to, you know, working on audio engineering kind of thing and just being like, wanting to do events and such. And it was a band called Single Side. So we met their members and I guess a manager um, when Terry was still working at the Dripping Dagger and just really getting into their music, thinking that they were like going to be the next big thing and just being inspired for not only his own like personal playing, but also just thinking that their music was just so excellent and just so yeah, so engaging that he wanted to be there for them, kind of like a not like a leg up, but just kind of like, all right, if you guys are going somewhere, it's like I'd like to help you do it, and yeah, so
Okay, great. So, um, given that we spent so much time, all our time last time in the teen timeline, how about we switch up to the, grown-ups for a while? Um, Mark, do you have any scenes in mind that you'd like to see right away?
Let's see. The last thing that happened in the modern timeline was it session which session did we have the dinner party? That was, I guess, previous to this all.
Yeah, that was probably session 4 to 5 because that
Yeah.
took place over, or maybe it was 5, 6. Anyway, there was because we had that cliffhanger there and we just continued uh afterwards. So yeah, it's a while ago now, but
Yeah.
uh
So yeah, so the last time in this timeline,
Kira
um
visited the library, right? That secret room she
yeah,
knows
secret
about.
room at the
Yeah.
library that the teens had somehow kind of created. Um and saw that weird film projector, that an 8 millimeter film projector that Labat appeared on and was interacting with. And I guess the other thing was in adult time, Jerry and Terry in bed at the resort. That's real adult time. Um, so I think that since we've got Mads and me, um, maybe we should come up with something that we would want to do together. Um, let's do something related to.
do we want to have something related to like let's talk about relationships, or do you want to like completely bypass that and talk about the weird shit happening in town?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about the weird shit, but I'm trying to figure out what weird shit we want to talk about.
There's a selection, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, let's put it this way, like, just to reverse engineer this, like, in a meta level,
Hmm.
like, there was something that scared Terry so badly that Jeremiah left him, right? And I think that's kind of traumatized him, and he tamped that shit down really deep. Like he doesn't even remember that it happened. But I think, yeah, whatever creepy shit happened that he ended up being by himself or without Jeremiah, that's kind of like been really the underlying reason why they broke up, I think. Not just the whole like he was working too much and Jeremiah was demanding and all that kind of stuff. I think there
Mm.
was like there's something very very weird that had just yeah, like if you can think of a way to kind of like I don't know, like with the weirdness that we're having, like, kind of weave that in of like we can foreshadow this is what we find, but then Terry gets trapped there, like, for like temporarily,
Mm-hmm.
then that would be a good reason to, yeah.
I mean, I guess you have the weirdness in the forest, right, with the
Yeah, there was,
mushroom and the mud witches and all that kind of stuff. Or you have the very, uh, and I guess the connection with the library, or you just have the vampire stuff. You know, both of those, could be horrific and weird.
I mean, either way, all right? I mean, like, it could be something that just, again, makes him, yeah.
Yeah, I am curious. So we should talk about what that is. Unfortunately, I'm having a little bleed over from what happened in this series so far and the last season of Yellow Jackets, and I don't know. I
I
can't.
don't know the
I was like,
series.
did somebody cut someone's brake lines in the last episode or in the
No.
last
No,
session? No. Okay.
that's
So
probably
yeah,
No.
Yellow
no, that was on
Jackets.
Yellow Jackets. Yeah.
Goodness so gracious, no.
Uh, okay.
Um,
I
I
mean, Terry
mean,
did get freaked out because he saw the Mud Witch down in
in
the
the
library
library
basement.
basement, yeah.
Yeah, library basement. You and Jeremiah were there, and like pulling him out as he was like looking and watching.
Yeah.
Um, and he heard the connection to Montero, like whatever the
Yeah.
connection was, he didn't really understand, but yeah, he was freaked out because of it, and then that's when he and Jeremiah, as teens, had gone off to that recording studio or the, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah,
I think it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So let's get ourselves together um as adults and
Ooh, can I mean, like, can we see what the recording space place looks like now? Like, I'll take Kira along with me, maybe?
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, did you so did we decide that it had kind of fallen into disrepair
I think
in the
so.
intervening time?
Yeah, because, I mean, I
Well,
don't.
yeah, so it was vacant, and Jenny had been showing Jeremiah it as a possibility for him to be moving back into town. So
Yeah.
that's that, and I think I'm not sure if Jeremiah had mentioned that specifically,
He
but
did.
yeah,
He did. And that's why, like, now Terry's kind of curious about it. So maybe, like, this is a opportunity to kind of, go over there and maybe. I mean, because I mean, Kira at least has either been there or she knows about it, and he doesn't want to necessarily be by himself since he's not a hometown boy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe he'll like kind of head over to Kira's office and then just like see if she wants to kind of do a little bit of like, hey, it's lunchtime, a very early lunchtime, and it's like, do you want to come with me to someplace or whatever? But then I take you over to that recording space place first.
This is the worst restaurant I've ever been in.
All right, I said I was going to take you to lunch, but sorry. And he kind of stops the car. He stops the rental car, and he just kind of like will like kind of turn to you in his seat and like actually look at you. So, yeah, I spent the night with Jeremiah last night, and he can't help but have a smile on his face. So, yeah, and Jeremiah was saying that he was thinking about getting this place.
Oh, that would
Yeah,
be amazing.
yeah,
That would do the
yeah,
town so much good.
yeah. I, hmm. He was thinking about it. I don't know how serious he is, but I kind of wanted to stop by and check it out. Um,
So, just as like an investment, I mean,
I
actually,
I think so. Yeah,
okay.
I think that's what it is. It's an investment. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Sure.
Wow, if you could get somebody to record here, that would be
Yeah,
amazing with your contacts.
yeah. No, I mean I mean, it would be. I think it'd be really cool to fix it up and then make something of it, so it's not like falling apart. You know.
Yeah. Let's let's see how bad it is.
Yeah,
Kind of curious.
me too.
Uh, let's do some research for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Jenny took him around, but you know how realtors get. They'll show you like the nice spaces, but maybe not necessarily tell you the truth of the whole thing.
Well, that sounds like Jenny, certainly, but
Hmm.
or maybe Eddie a little bit. I don't know.
Am I
Uh,
being too hard on her? You think? Because I haven't been
uh,
here for a while.
no. I think that you can say whatever you'd like, and it's probably pretty accurate.
Okay. I mean, obviously, like her trying to take down the library is not cool in any sense of the word. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I've already had a beef against her.
Yeah. She's a
Yeah.
real piece of work. She really is.
All right, come on,
Anyway,
let's go check this place out.
okay, I'm in.
And like come out of the car and then go check it out. I mean, how overgrown is it, or is it been sort of maintained outside, but then getting in is just kind of like it's kind of
Uh,
padlocked.
yeah, I think it's pretty well maintained, at least from what you can see.
Hmm.
I, but I mean, it's easy enough to break into. You hop the wall or you walk down to the shore and then walk up towards
Sure.
the gardens, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's not a tough jailbreak or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which of those options do you take? Uh,
No, I
Hop the
think.
wall. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
No.
Nate.
No. I think that's. I think he'll kind of like look at you and then just kind of like. So what do you think? Just go around the perimeter, or actually go check it out?
Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's take this shortcut here.
Okay. All right.
Here, give me a boost.
Okay. All right. And then he'll just kind of like rub his hands, and then like he'll like like put his
Yeah.
cup his hands for you, and then like get ready to show you up and over. And
All right.
I'm sorry, I should have told you that we were gonna do something like this.
Well, that's okay. These clothes are, I don't have anyone to impress here in town. Don't worry.
so tell us, Mark, how does Kira doing this feel young or old?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I think that there's a little bit of her that likes the idea of doing something that's just a little bit outside of what's acceptable, if not fully breaking the law. But she also finds that she is not as agile as she used to be, so it's a little more difficult
Do
getting over
do,
the gate.
do you need help?
Just the boost will do. Thanks, though.
Okay. It's
Oh,
like,
wow. There's a lot of cigarette butts on the ground over here. Come on over.
all right. And then he like, he because he works out, he just like, does a essentially like a hop up, like, manages to boost himself up like
Yeah.
a half muscle up, and then just like kind of like goes over the wall. Um, and
Is this outside of Terry's comfort zone? I mean, is this technically against the law? I guess
yeah,
ish, right?
but I mean, he's like, he's curious enough, and like, he'll look at Kira and go, "Don't give me that look. I know. I mean, I'm just really curious, okay? And I'm not a hometown boy anymore, so who do I have to impress, right?"
That's right. No one. Just be yourself.
So Kira, it's taken a while, but you finally um, induced your friends into criminal activity, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. It's all played out just as I planned from the very beginning. Um, well, you're seems like you're in really good shape, you know?
Yeah.
Good job getting over that yeah, good job.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have to move around a lot of shit doing this stuff. I know I
Yeah.
should leave it to the roadies, but I mean, sometimes you just want to do things your own self,
Yeah,
sometimes.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And just kind
Uh
of like, well, when he jumps down, like, he just kind of like rubs his hand on his, like rubs his hands off on his, expensive type trousers. And he's like, he's just like not even thinking about it. It's like, all right, let's go check this place out.
So let's build this up a little bit.
Hmm.
Terry, what do you notice about this place that tells you that someone is taking a kind of a closer eye on this than you would have imagined?
Huh, that's weird. And then like he'll kind of like call attention to the building to Kira and say, "See those bay doors?
yeah.
Yeah, they're not as bad of a shape as I thought. They look like they've been replaced
Hmm.
and painted recently."
That's nobody's used this in a long place. I don't know why they would do that. No one's used this in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I know that Jenny obviously had shown Jeremiah around, uh, you know, as a possible place, but I mean, she would have taken him around the front. She would not have brought him around to these bay doors.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What the hell's going on?
No. It's
Let, let's go closer. I want to check the check the lock.
sounds
And
good.
and I think like, there's the chains or whatever, the padlock or what have you. I mean, like, it's recent. Like, it's not something that's been there for a while. If it has been kind of lying fallow, I mean, like, it's almost as if it's like regularly used and, you know, like well worn with use, but like not old, right? Not old and rusted. So yeah, I mean, and he's pointing that out to you, Kira, and he's just, what the hell is with this? What are they moving in there? You
It's
think they're using this for storage space or something for somebody?
what would they store though? That's
I don't know. I mean, why would you need to use the bay doors if it's something that you could just bring in through the front?
unless, they're moving in big pieces of audio equipment, but can't imagine. I mean, I don't know.
I
Don't know what
mean,
that would be.
you know, as far as I know, the only person that has actually looked at the place is Jeremiah, and he was telling me that it looks like it's still the same old stuff that they had back then when we were kids. So if it needs to be fixed up, then like whomever bought it would have to, if they wanted to use the recording equipment, they'd have to upgrade themselves. So it's not that.
Hmm.
It's weird.
So I guess there's probably a key under the mat, right? That's totally what would happen in this situation.
Sure.
Um, assuming you go inside,
Well, I mean, like, but Terry will kind of go look at Kira. What do you think? You think it's worth checking out?
Uh, yeah, I do. But I think, Donna, I don't think there is a key. But I think that Kira says, "I'll just give me a couple of minutes on this padlock." Yeah, this is a master lock. Piece of cake. And she picks the lock.
Should I worry about you?
No, I mean, you just pick up some stuff in life, right?
Okay.
I can type really well too.
That's very useful.
Yes. Well, it used to be. Uh, so yeah, let's get these chains off of this.
And actually, instead of instead of turning away like he probably would have like years ago, I think he'll actually crouch down next to you and then like kind of watch what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Nice.
Well, might as well learn a new skill, right?
Absolutely. Here, can you feel this? Okay. Put your fingers right. Yep.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna just turn this a little bit, and you feel that pressure. Click. Awesome. Yeah, this is an easy one.
And then he'll kind of like hold up your tools. It's like, and you got these where?
Um, have you ever heard of Amazon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they sell them on Amazon. So
The hell?
you should have a set, really.
Yeah, probably should.
so inside, yeah, it's pretty, I think, Spartan. But I think, Kira, you do notice a packet of cigarettes, which matches
Mm,
the ones at the wall. And I wonder, now that you see them in the pack, do you like recognize the brand? Does
red
that ring a
apples.
bell?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you connect that with someone in town, or is it
Um,
too common?
who smokes red apples in town?
Who's sus in town that smokes red apple?
Yeah.
That's the bigger question.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, jeez. Or even better, like, who do you not suspect in town that smokes red apple? And it's like, what the hell are they doing here? Right?
Um, where's Killian on this? I can't remember what Killian's. You know what? You know who smokes them? uh, Lorraine Briarwood, I think, smokes them.
I
Be on
thought,
her deathbed,
I
Lorraine
was going to
Briarwood.
say,
Oh, wait, is she that bad now?
yeah, that's what I
Because
thought.
she
She was
looks
like,
pretty
at this
hale
point,
in her picture. She looks
well,
like she's doing okay.
Well, that's in the 1999 one.
Oh, that's right. Damn
right, right,
it.
right.
Yeah, so okay, let's go for somebody else here. Oh, that's right. It's
Is
2020.
I
it
don't know.
Gail?
That's kind of a cool
I mean,
mystery.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like Gail Harrison or something like that. Somebody that's connected higher up. I don't know.
Business
Do
partner opening the new club. Yeah. Yeah, no, let's do Gale because there's a lot there.
we haven't seen Gail in the grown-up timeline at all, but that is obviously we have to see him, right?
He
yeah,
was the
That's the
or
so
mystery.
or even better, and I'm just gonna throw that out there. So I'm like, we have like suspect, it's like case of suspects or whatever. It's like, what if they're Eddie's brand? I don't know.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
you don't have
Oh
to. I'm
no,
just
that's
throwing
really
that shit
good.
out there,
Yeah,
spitballing.
yeah. That's great. I like it.
Right.
Yep.
Ooh, Eddie.
Good.
Oh, do you tell
Yeah.
me? I mean, because I don't think we even noticed because Eddie didn't stick around long enough for him to smoke.
Um, I'm sorry, what was that question, Mads?
Like, because Eddie didn't stick around long enough for the dinner party for us to see him
Oh,
smoke. I don't think.
right. Yeah.
So, like, do you tell me that this is Eddie's brand? If
I
this
don't
is
think
Eddie?
so. I think
Oh
that
shit!
she picks it up and she's looking at it. It's been opened. It's half full, and she puts it in her pocket.
Don't tell me you started smoking again.
No, I haven't.
Why are you taking the
I mean,
smokes?
some weed, I guess. Some weed, you know, but that's okay. I the I don't I kleptomania. I just still have it, you know. And then she looks around for something else to paste. She finds a pen, slips it into her jacket pocket. See,
And then he
it's
just
just a
kind of
thing
like
I
gives
have.
you kind of gives you a side eye and goes, "Wait, have you been practicing this since we were kids?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really
He
good
just
at
looks
it.
he just looks kind of struck like I mean, he knew you got in trouble, but he didn't think that you got in trouble for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
huh. Okay.
Um,
Sounds like we should cut there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, hey, why don't you give us a quick intro to you and Jeremiah, and then maybe a previously on, and then we can go to a scene. We're spending some time in the grown-up timeline right now.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kay, the Sheen They Variety, and I'm playing Jeremiah Briarwood Barnes. He, in the 90s, is the community's athlete. He kind of grew up, bounced around the Briarwood clan, not really knowing exactly where he belonged, but also sort of the Monteros a little bit towards the end. He was doing really well, secretly dating Terry, but broke it off to go be a professional athlete, which he succeeded at. And he's on the cusp of retirement right now. He has come back to town to kind of try and figure out some stuff, both with himself, Lorraine, who was one of his main caretakers, Health, as well as the ownership of the long-held Briarwood Bar. And oh yeah, maybe he bumped into Terry and they had sex in a treehouse. That could have happened, maybe. What has he been up to? Yeah, so he came in. He's met up with a couple people. He came over for dinner. There was some charged stuff with him and Terry that was happening. Kira was kind of all for it. They don't really know what they're doing, and they kind of hooked up again, if I recall. I think there was a second hookup. Uh, and there was a discussion of buying the land around this old local radio place as well, and that maybe he'll actually stay in town. Maybe he's not just here for a visit.
The old recording studio by the lake, which is the premises Terry and Kira were just breaking into.
Yeah. Oh,
His,
Um,
and yeah, that's where we're at.
yeah.
But just so you know,
I think I want to
Kay,
buy this place. Terry goes and breaks into it.
no, because it's like he's damn curious now. Like, it's like, okay, I just wanted to check it out for myself, but do not want to talk to Jenny. So yeah. Um, and we used Kira's skills that Terry didn't knew that she had. So there you go. Um, and one of the other things that we talked about on a meta level was that one of the things that had happened in the teen years, just so you know, is that something happened with Jeremiah leaving Terry alone in a very like scary place or with something scary happening, and Terry has tamped that down so hard that he doesn't even remember it happened, but that's the real reason why he's so pissed off at Jeremiah. So that's just something that I kind of wanted to kind of harken back to at some point before we end. Um, and I had mentioned that in the beginning, but you weren't here yet. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Kate, do you have an idea for a scene um, by
Yeah,
yourself or?
I think I'm gonna give an option and let you see which way or give some influence to which way he goes because I think he's sitting in uh the lobby. His car's already been pulled around to the front by valet, and Jeremiah's trying to decide now that he's been here for a day, he's got certain things out of his system. He's slept, he's dressed like an actual adult. He's probably been stopped a couple times and signed some things. Is who does he go see first? Julian or Lorraine?
Um, I mean, I feel like
He's
we,
grappling with that decision.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we have been uh, wanting to see him and Lorraine in this timeline for a while now, and we haven't done
I
it
think,
properly.
yeah, he makes the decision. He'll see Julian after, and you know he owes Lorraine at least that. Uh, and yeah, he'll get into his fancy schmancy car and drive to the place where he spent, I don't know, a third of his childhood. Uh, Imagine he'll get
So,
there. He-
so I think so do you think she is at the old house, or do you think,
Oh,
is she in care or like
what would she have preferred?
I would like to think that Lorraine Briarwood would like to be taken out of her house in a coffin kind of thing, right?
Yeah, so then Jeremiah has paid for like the conversion of her room for what and like the staffing for whatever she needs to stay there.
Yeah, okay.
So like her
Um,
room is basically a nicer hospital room, essentially. And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's a rotational shift of like a 24-hour nurse and things like that.
Yeah, so I guess you kind of um arrive and the nurse will share some information with you. But from, it's very professionally couched, but you've heard enough of these to know it doesn't look good.
Yeah, he gets
Um,
reports. I think he hasn't been to see Lorraine herself in a while. Um, I think it's been a bit like he didn't, he was being childish and he couldn't imagine seeing her weak. And that has kept him away until now. And especially after kind of talking to Terry the other night, he's like, I need to stop pussyfooting around for my own, fragility. And he'll step into the house and ask, yeah, he spoke to the nurse and he'll ask, where is she right now?
I mean, in her room, pretty much. That's
Oh, so she doesn't go and sit, like you can't have her sit outside or on the porch or anything? That's not, never mind.
I can do that. just it'll take me a while to set up. So
Just if she wants that, and if you need additional help to make that happen, I can hire. I'm just gonna go see her. And he like walks, doesn't let this poor woman say anything, uh, and goes and raises a hand, and I think we see that the hand is shaking a little as the knuckle goes and knocks on the door, and it's a specific knock. It's Jeremiah's knock, and it's the knock he'd do late at night when maybe they'd gotten into an argument and he had tried to see about staying somewhere else and it didn't work out, and he still ended up back at her door.
yeah. Um, and I think the kind of return knock is, the message that tells you, of course you should come in, you fool, in uh, in your own code. This is how you understand it, at least.
Yeah. And we see him kind of put his forehead against the door and let out like this big breath he didn't know he was holding. His shoulders a little less stiff, but still pretty stiff as he will reach for the knob, turn, and step into the room, eyes kind of a bit downcast because he is paid for the equipment that he knows has gone in here, but he doesn't necessarily, God, does he not want to see this room and what it's turned into, but he has to. And he'll
Yeah,
step.
so I imagine, this is everything you know, but you don't really feel it until you see it, right?
Yep. It's just, it's one thing to put it on a credit card that you don't even really worry about because you've got baseball player money and to make arrangements or or even have like an assistant make certain arrangements or something. It's a complete other thing to walk into a room and to see it and feel it and breathe it in.
So she like looks over, and I think despite everything, I mean, those are the same eyes that kind of bore into you. And she pats the arm of the chair sitting beside the bed for you to come on over.
He does, and he raises his head up to not look down to keep his chin up, because he should be proud. Briarwoods don't put their chin down for anyone, and he'll go over and he'll slip into the seat, still kind of stiff.
And her voice is kind of crackly, dry, and she says, glad to see you're keeping your chin up, right? You gotta you gotta look at the world, everything it has for you.
I'm sure it's seen me.
And I think she grabs your forearm where it is on the arm of the chair and gives it a little squeeze. There was times in the middle of the night I thought maybe I hadn't raised you right.
Uh, just she said there were times in the middle of the night where I didn't think I raised you right. Okay. And I think his hand will come up and he said, you did the most you could with what you had to work with that you didn't ask for. And I'm grateful.
There Is this something on your mind, Jeremiah?
Always. It's a question that's been burning my hole in my head since I started school, since I learned that a home isn't 1,000 different people and places, or at least not everyone's home. But I don't want to put that on you. You gotta have a reason why you haven't told me.
You didn't think I was just being stubborn.
No, that's not you. Jim was stubborn just to be stubborn. You were stubborn for a smart reason.
I mean, I guess you're old enough not to take my advice anymore, so
That's not true. I don't think, and he'll take the hand that she's holding the wrist of one arm. He'll take the hand from the other arm and kind of put it over her much smaller, frailer hand that feels so cold against like his bright, warm palms. And a man is never too old to take advice from his mother.
I mean, you can do whatever you want with your life, Jeremiah, no matter what I think. That's what I mean.
Oh, what if I don't know what I want?
You see, back when you were a boy, I didn't tell you because I thought you'd get into trouble when you went looking, when you started digging.
I did. I apologize. That thankfully it wasn't enough trouble to get me killed, but we got into trouble.
Well, no real trouble, just normal trouble. Your mother's one of those witches.
I'm sorry.
Your mother is one of them witches.
Which of those witches? Like she's like a new age hippie? Is that what you're trying to say? Or
The mud witches, Jeremiah. The mud witches.
I was really hoping you weren't gonna say that. Um, and who was she before she was a mud witch?
She was my daughter.
And I think we get the shock and surprise because no one, he kind of knew a little bit about Lilith, but like I think at this stage in his life, he thought Lilith was just made up. He like thought like that was just Jim being cruel. Um, because no one else had ever mentioned Lorraine having a child. There'd never been any like these records, this information. No one else in the family ever mentioned it. And he just kind of wrote, he never found any information about her because I imagine he went looking, he hired a private detective. Nothing came up. We now know why, because she was with the goddamn mud witches. But uh he just thought that was Jim being especially cruel in a moment. How does that even work? Uh, I thought those were like a I kind of hoping those were like a tangential, like I knew I didn't take the drugs, but people around me did, and I had kind of hoped that I got like a contact high. Sorry, oh God, I'm rambling. And it's like very much like the teenage self of Jeremiah almost has like cracked the facade of like the confident adult man, and he'll sort of go quiet again. Is she even discernible from them?
How would I know? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Was she aware about me when she made that change? Was it a was it a choice? Did it happen?
It goes. She was on that path already. She knew full well what she was doing. And I
And
think
even
you get a sense of like almost like an anger that she is just too tired to suppress right now.
yeah, I think he'll like run his thumb over the hand he's holding and like stroke. Uh, and he says, "You don't have to protect me from that anymore. You can say it all. You can let it all out. You have every right to be angry. I'm angry."
There are worse things in this town, boy, but they all have a hunger for a Briarwood.
Why is it always Briarwoods?
Been that way for a while.
I think he like thinks for a moment because he's like trying to go through his head, like who even is there anymore? Like Lilith's apparently a mud witch. Killian's still around. He's sheriff. He married Anne. Uh,
No, he's dead. The
oh,
forest took
Killian.
him.
Killian's dead.
He's officially missing, but the forest took him.
Oh, then.
There's Jack and Alice.
Oh, the kid's right. I send gift card. I I send them. I don't know what the gifts are. But I know gifts get sent to them. Uh, wait, you're telling me that didn't your sister there? And like he starts to like go through his mind, and I think he realizes like this happened, that happened, this happened. What about wasn't there another? He was kind of my Enoch.
He is with the, well, he's doing his best.
So there's five of us. He goes to say four as if not counting her, and then switches it to say five. That's all that's left.
And there's Marcia. Marcia is still around,
Oh, oh, Marcia.
but
All
Precious
right.
too.
If this place likes to take Briarwoods, shouldn't shouldn't I get gone then? Shouldn't you get gone? What if we went on we could go on a cruise or wherever you always wanted to go? I'll take you.
And I think she says to you, yeah, you should go. So they can't take you too.
Thought about moving back here. I met up with some friends last night, and Jenny showed me a couple of places around, and then and he looks around like at the house. thought I'd come home after running for so long, but maybe I should just stay running.
So let's set that scene there, I think.
Spicy, spicy, spicy,
Yeah.
spicy.
And maybe we can take a break, given that we've run over a little bit. Okay, well, I guess let's cut back to the recording studio, where Kira and Terry are, nosing around. Um, I'm reminding myself that I have all these tokens that are building up, which I should spend to cause trouble. Mm. So I guess I will. Um, so where is the actual recording studio of this? Is it a loft? Is it the basement? What do we think, Mads?
I think the recording studio part is like up in the like a loft area, like so it's away from the living space,
Sure, yeah.
I guess. Yeah, but
Um,
yeah.
I mean, give. I realize I gave you a choice between a creepy attic and a creepy basement, but
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna want to go into a basement. So,
um, yeah. So I think like we said earlier, right? The recording studio is still kind of in its old state. I think this is kind of peak 80s, 90s style um, setup. Both the decor and the equipment.
oh my God, look at this paneling. Ugh. Yeah. If he does decide to get this, it's like I'm gonna tell him it's like these gotta go. Oof.
Yeah, it's a little dated.
A little. Uh,
Oh my gosh, but look. And she goes over to the wood paneling and she can see that there are some initials carved into it from different acts that have performed, that didn't perform, but that recorded here in the studio. Oh, I guess you can't tear that out. I mean, maybe you could just save these pieces or something.
oh no, these would be like, you know, under glass or preserved in
Yeah,
some way. I don't know that much about it, but I mean, like, we can't leave it in this state. I get it.
yeah, yeah. Amazing. Whoa, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I think you're like looking at this and you're maybe at the producer's desk looking into the actual recording studio proper, the sound room or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can see like a sign above the window which flickers. It says live, right?
Yeah.
But not for long. It flickers out.
Uh, that's weird.
Mark your meat.
Kira peers through the glass at the into the actual recording area. That is really odd. She looks at the console. I mean, you know what all this stuff is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's this one?
Ah. No, I mean, this is the exchanger. Like just to make sure that the tracks um, are going to the right feed. Like if you have to duck music underneath the vocals, and then depending on the instruments, it's like making sure these are like different and like louder or softer and all this other stuff. And then like he kind of like just like flicks some switches. He's not expecting anything to be on. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you'd only see this place in natural light and daylight and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, um, he's
I,
kind of still like side eyeing that sign, like he's expecting it to come on again for some reason.
I think when you start flicking some switches behind Kira, you see someone in like behind the pane of glass, behind Kira
Like in the studio itself.
in the studio.
Who's that?
What?
And as soon as Kira turns around, they're gone.
What'd you what'd you see?
I thought I saw somebody.
Um, is it my reflection in the glass?
Eh, And he'll actually try the studio door. Can he get in?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll go into the studio and just kind of like he'll look on the floor. Is it dusty enough to see footprints or anything like that, or is it like it's been maintained to kind of just keep an air of it's clean so people don't get allergic or whatever when they kind of check this place out? But
I think it's I mean it's not like decrepit house dusty, but it's dusty. It could do with a dusting, right?
right,
I mean there's no footprints beside the window.
it wasn't your reflection. I could have sworn I saw somebody. The hell. Yeah, we could definitely use a refresh on the equipment and preserve those panels, like, for historical purposes. I mean, it's kind of cool to see that. And he kind of looks at the one corner where he and Jeremiah had kind of scrawled their own initials, um, and you know, I'll yeah, I think we should probably go, and
Yeah.
I'll get you some lunch, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, let's get out of here.
yeah,
It's starting to give me the creeps.
yeah, and he'll let you go in front of him, and then he'll kind of close the studio door, but he looks back. Does he see anything?
You see a slowly disappearing fog on the window, just like kind of, no, like a fist-sized, uh, slowly disappearing area near the corner.
Yeah, he rubs his face and his chin and just like, where do you want to go? And not just donuts.
Fine. Um, let's go to the diner.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Terry,
yeah,
sometimes hey, sometimes I see things too. It's cool. It's part of this town.
was it always?
I don't know. There's weird stuff here, obviously, right? I mean, maybe it feels like there has been. I mean, the Monteros are weird.
Yeah. I'm
Hey,
remembering
maybe.
when.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, I mean, just remember when we went to the library and
Yeah.
yeah, that was creepy as hell. But I get a weird feeling about this place, too. Aside from that, I mean, what do you think? I mean, you think, could do with some, sprucing up? Could possibly be a place to settle down in?
I don't know. It's kind of I did before, but I mean, you'd never feel comfortable there. Uh, which is not to imply anything. I'm sorry. I just, just like if Jeremiah buys it and, turns it into a place to live, if you were visiting, you wouldn't feel comfortable there, would you?
I mean, courting space could be kind of cool. Um, I don't know. I just can't. And then, like, as you're like making your way downstairs and then out the door, and then like he kind of takes a look back, and then kind of gives you a look like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, like you said. I mean, I thought so before when we were just coming up here, but
Yeah.
now I'm not so sure.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like no. Um, do you think you convinced Jeremiah to? Okay. I mean,
Kira, why did you stay?
why did I stay in town?
Yeah.
Um,
Or come
because
back or whatever?
sure, yeah, I just, it seemed like the the best option for me, and I I guess I felt like when I went to other places, it didn't really fit. Like it's almost like Silent Falls wants me here. It's yeah.
You mean you felt drawn back?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know how you all didn't come back sooner.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, I mean, beyond me, I just don't know how you both resisted the pull.
I mean, I did try. I mean, my aunt was sick,
Yeah.
and she was my only anchor here for the
Yeah.
longest time. And once she was gone, I didn't think that there was any reason to.
No, I get it. There's no reason to stay. It makes sense.
I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's okay. And Kira's kind of like turned and walking toward the passenger door of the rental.
Hey, hey, and then he'll take you by the shoulder and just kind of like gently turn you around. I didn't mean to leave you behind. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I needed to be here.
I just don't understand why. I mean, you had so many ideas. You had so many things you were going to do. you know, going to other places, seeing other things, and then you're back here with Eddie.
Hey. And she reaches into her jacket pocket and pulls out the smokes that somebody left behind here, and there's a some matches that are tucked into the cellophane, and she offers Terry one.
Don't really smoke.
Okay, that's a good choice. Kira lights one, puts the pack back in her pocket. I probably can't smoke in the car, huh?
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Um, I mean, don't you feel how weird it is here?
Yeah.
And I mean, why? I don't know. I don't know why you both didn't feel like you had to stay here. Like not that you had to stay here, but like I don't know. You're just drawn back. Did Jeremiah ever say anything about it?
Well, I mean, he's got much stronger family tie than I do. He didn't really. Well, he's kind of been under the. And he's not looking at you, but he says he's been kind of under the Montanero
Yeah.
thumb, I think, for quite some time. So, in a way, maybe he felt like he owed them something besides being a Briarwood.
Yeah. I mean, they. Yeah.
But
Some ties are maybe stronger. I mean, it feels like he's almost got a blood tie to the Monteros. And she's kind of looking up from under her brows when she says it.
the hell does that mean,
Mm,
Kira?
yeah. I mean, maybe they. Well, uh, there's no easy way to put this, really. I mean, nothing that's gonna sound like it makes any sense. But
Try.
so, um, I think that they have like some kind of ritualistic control over Jeremiah, and after he made his way in the world, they want him back, so they can, yeah. So I mean, I think that um,
And he just bursts out with a, "What the fuck?"
yeah, like I said, it's not going to make sense. It's a weird town.
And he just like leans against the car hood and so you're telling me that the Montaneros have done some weird mumbo jumbo on Jeremiah and they have called him back.
Yeah, so they had a guest when we were kids who stayed with them for a long time. His name was Florian Labat, and
Okay.
so I think that he is doing something that uh, has given some of the Montero family uh, like prolonged their lifetimes. I mean, there's no really like I said, there's no way to put this that's not going to sound like it's not fucking crazy, but so I think he's like a vampire, and I think that he probably had Jeremiah drink some of his blood, so that he would be enthralled to him. And yeah, like I said, it's not going to make any sense. We should go.
Wait,
And she
wait.
crushes out the
And he
cigarette
closes
with
the
her
door on
elbow.
you before you can get into the car. Okay, wait. Before we go, let me get this straight. You're telling me that the Montaneros had a guest that could have done some kind of weird, what is it, thrall shit on Jeremiah
Hmm.
to bring him back to town? What kind of reporting are you doing again, Kira?
Hey,
I'm
um,
just asking. I mean, you have to admit, and you did tell me. I asked you. You did tell me. Okay.
this you can read the paper. The paper is like very vanilla, and that's what the people here want, and that's fine. But I've got time to do my own research, and you know, um, stuff based on my own experiences.
What do you mean your own experiences?
Well, so when we were kids, and there was a night where I went to investigate the weird goings on at the Montero mansion, and I came face to face with this guy Labat, and I can tell you there was some weird stuff happening in that mansion at the time. I can't remember at this very moment what that weird stuff was, but there were some weird things happening. And I mean, I think maybe he erased part of my memory.
And when you say that, Terry just kind of looks off to the side with his eyes wide and like,
What what is it, Terry? Do you And then she puts her hand on Terry's shoulder. Is there something that you can't remember?
yeah, yeah.
Just hints, right? Just on just on the outside, just on the outside of your consciousness, and you can't quite grab them.
Ow. I mean, and then just kind of like, looks at you and kind of waves it off. It's like, it's silly. I mean,
Um,
it wasn't at the Montaneros or whatever. I mean, like, I've never, I don't, I don't remember being there. Just
yeah.
remember something, something at my aunt's house.
At your aunt's house. What what was it? Was it maybe
No, let's get you some lunch. Come on,
you know,
I'm hungry. And then he'll open up the
okay.
door for you and come on. I don't want you to get yelled at by your boss and stuff, right? And then he'll hurry over to the driver's side and then give you a fake smile as he starts up the car. And diner, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. All right.
Right. Um, so, hey, did you want Jeremiah to visit the Monteros or meet up with your friends or something else?
I can't not follow that up with a meeting with the Montaneros. I can't not. Like that's just chef kiss. Like we gotta dig into that a bit more. Um, and although I
Can I?
think just really quickly, I think he would have maybe asked one or two more questions of Lorraine, which we can just talk out. We don't have to necessarily role play out, which is if he does run, uh what about, and he'd like mentioned like what about the house and the bar? And then should he take Anne and the kids with him?
And I think she says, "You're not gonna run."
You just told me to.
I know, but you're not gonna. And anyway, if the Briarwoods aren't here for those things to consume or to fight, what's gonna happen to the rest of us?
I think he just, yeah, squeezes her hand. I'll come back again. I'll be back. Yeah, think about what you want. If there's anything you want to eat, or if you want to, and if you want to go sit outside at all or anything, just you. He scribbles down a number, and it's like his. He has two cell phones, like most people who work these, high thing jobs. And this is like the cell phone that only maybe three or four people have the number of. And he scribbles it down. Just tell me, but I'll be back. I guess you're right. I guess I can't. I can't run anymore. And then he'd get in the car and he'd drive to the Montanaro mansion.
Yeah, and I think because the Montero Mansion and the abandoned recording studio are both pretty close to each other. So I wonder if we get a scene of
Oh, the cars.
Terry driving and seeing Jeremiah like turn up into the Montero driveway.
He looks pale, Terry. He looks pale and tired, which is atypical for him. He's usually got a pretty uh, dark tan complexion and, was always, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's just, those sparkle in love eyes. He always seemed to glow, but he sort of diminished. Hours passed like ship of the night.
So yeah, um, you get brought in. Um, I wonder. Let's presume that yeah, Jenny is probably at work showing real estate. I think it's just you and eventually when you get up to see him, Julian, uh,
And
who, who I think looks tired, right? Getting older and not probably at the peak of his image conscious politician lifestyle anymore.
just sort of, yeah, I think shocking because Jeremiah has made a couple quick stops in town here and there over the years. He's done a couple publicity events in town. But there's also been several times where he's stopped in just for a night at the Montanaro mansion. Those nights are fuzzy, but sometimes he thinks he just imagined them. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that was just, his weird longing for maybe he had gotten those adoption patient signs. Maybe he would have had like a real home or, he always wrote it off on something else. And he looks now at this Julian, though, that's not so grand and larger than everything else in the room. And Blake's a little surprised, almost like he's not seeing him right. He goes to reach a hand up as if to wipe his eyes, as if to remove some kind of haze or something that is there. Uh, Mr. Montanero?
Please, Julian will do. Jeremiah, how are you? I heard you were thinking of moving back.
Yeah, well, it's an option. And, you know, and I think he like is maybe in like an armchair, maybe they're in his office or something. I could have come back until and I think he looks at his hand and we see there's like the ring, like whatever, like I know football, do baseball players get a ring? Is that a thing? I know football players do. Do baseball players get a ring? I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
We're gonna decide they do, for this moment. And I think he won the World Series. Like, the team always did really well and there'd been wins. And he maybe has a couple other like World Series wins, but like this was his World Series win. I guess I felt like I couldn't really come back until I did it. You
And we're very proud of you. Um, I know you put in a lot of hard work over the years. So yeah, kudos.
How could I not when you guys were always like, and he says like you guys, but it sounds so informal and wrong. And he says it, but he says it because he's like, call me Julian. And it doesn't sit on his tongue right. Thank you, Mads. Yeah, World Series winner. So he's got, yeah, the ring from like last year. And after all you gave me, and I always felt a little guilty. I never got those papers officially signed for you, despite all that you did.
Well, it was just to give you, I don't know, a better trajectory in life. Uh, I know it kind of been easy sleeping on couches, flea bitten and otherwise.
Yeah. And part of Jeremiah thinks for a moment and he's like, why did, oh wow, 56 grand, holy crap. Uh, he kind of like has this moment of realization and thinks about like what Lorraine said and things like that and the knock. And he didn't really need the signature to let him stay. He could have literally just brought him into the home, like instead of letting him sleep in those places. But for some reason, he realizes like Julian didn't do that because he thinks like what would he do? He would never let a kid go out, even if it's not his kid, even if he can't legally do it. He like no one would have actually stopped him from giving him a real room and place. Jesus, for giving him a real room and place to a kid if a kid needed it. And I think seeing that against this weary Julian, and he says, "Well, I guess every era comes to an end, right?"
You would think. You know what they say, success is never final. All all political careers end in failure, you know. There's some do seem to go on and on and on.
Well, he drums his fingers along the chair. What do you want from me? I, sorry, that was rude, but
Um, what do I want from you? I mean, I want to hear what it was like. your glorious crowning achievements. I want to hear what you're going to do to that place on the lake. I want to hear, that you're going to coach the local baseball team, you know. And I think you have never, I mean, maybe you have. I mean, has Jeremiah kind of seen through Julian's political patter before quite so much as you would see through him right now?
I don't think so. I think as a kid, the Montaneros always looked so perfect and so together, and this platonic ideal of a family. And I think other than there was maybe one or two moments where definitely not this much, like maybe the moment after the first time Jenny got him cut in the basement. It'd been a moment or two like that. But for the most part, he's been pretty, you know, uh, just glossed over by the money, the gifts, the supposed care, the image. So yeah, I'm gonna say no. There was like maybe one or two small moments in that summer. But other than that, all the other 20 years, 30 years of his life, he's never seen past it.
And how does, like, in terms of like what Jeremiah shows, like how much of a difference is between like what he's feeling right now and what Julian could could see?
I think Jeremiah's always shown up like a prized show dog, right? He shows off this or that. He comes with like a large gift of some kind. Always all these platitudes. Oh, I've never, thank you so much. I've never gotten here just on my own. And he's always like sat proper prim attention. The manners that uh Mr. and Mrs. Montanero had put in him when they realized that maybe he would be going somewhere and needed to learn to not use his hands to eat to sit up straight to focus. He's slouched in that chair, his legs, he's man spreading, um, and his eyes, his chin's up. His chin is Briarwood up. It's not like tinted downwards in supplication.
And Julian says, are you going to stay for dinner or do you have plans?
I guess that depends. And he's gonna meet Julian's gaze, which I don't think he's ever done. I think like he has never, unless like Julian made him make eye contact and it was more of a stare, Jeremiah getting stared down than it was Jeremiah making the eye contact.
Hmm. I mean, what are you trying to show Julian? Are you trying to show him that you're a Briarwood, and that he'll never have you? Like, what is your message here?
I think it's a bit it's a challenge, right?
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
yeah, it's not I'm a Briarwood and you'll never have me, but it's like cut the shit, right? We've been playing this game for 20 odd years. I'm not the naive and ingenue that I was. I'm telling you, I don't believe what you're saying. And if you want this, you really need to tell me why and what you really want, or I'm gonna walk away. Or at least, quote unquote. He says he'll walk away. Who knows if he can,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Um, so you want Julian to tell you what's really going on, right?
yeah, what's really going on? And what does he really want? This guy doesn't give a shit if I coach local baseball to kids.
Yeah.
Like that's
Um,
not what he cares about. That's not what he wants. What does he actually want? Like, what was the whole point of this? The play, we've we've reached the end, and now it's time for the narrator to explain, or
Mm.
say. And
So let's make this a difficult action, right?
okay,
To get the truth or something like it. So we start with one, um, and I guess we add extras for active opposition, ill-prepared or ill-equipped PCs, more powerful, numerous or massive target, unfavorable narrative circumstances, or actions requiring time. I know mechanics; it's a terrible imposition. Um, so I think Julian counts as active opposition.
yes,
When has he ever told the truth? When he wasn't forced. Um, and I think I'm going to call being in the Montero house unfavorable narrative circumstances.
that's fair. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
in
yeah.
the heart of power here, right? So that's
Yeah, I mean,
3.
hmm
So to reach complete success, you can put forward as many assets as you can. So assets are your traits. If there are advantageous narrative circumstances, or a token from your adult pile.
yeah. So I'm definitely going to use a token from my adult pile.
Okay.
I'll check. Oh, nope, not two. One, one. Oh God. Or can I use multiple or no?
It. I think it's only one.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll use one token from that. Um, I think was it all worth it?
Yeah.
And
You're hungering for that, right?
yeah, that baseball star kind of like, or maybe not, kind of like he's reached that point. Like he has owned that. Like these are the things. And then maybe Lorraine's health. I don't know if a concern can come into play or
So yeah, it's just traits and
it's just
tokens,
Trace.
and if you can't
Okay.
reach the difficulty, you can pay the difference in a complication.
I no, I'm gonna go adrift because this is him trying to finally like forgive the really
Fix
bad word.
himself.
Yeah, fix himself, but
Yeah.
a nail in the coffin, take this stand. He doesn't want to be adrift anymore. He's made himself this enticing baseball star, talked about what it was worth it. This is kind of a large culmination of that. And I think as he says this, we see like the hand come up and touch the scar on like the edge of the cheekbone eye line from the original cut was that random one that night, that summer. But
Yeah.
it's clear that that same space has been cut so many times after for scar tissue to build up there.
And yeah, Julian kind of stands up and walks to the window, and there's a spread of you know decanted liquor over there, and he pours himself a brandy and pours you one too. I'm sorry, just my father has always needed his claws in you people.
Briarwoods, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you've been a thorn in his side ever since he set up shop here, and he wanted me to, what did he say? Possess you.
And you couldn't get the job done. Well, I guess you got real close.
Well, this isn't horseshoes, so don't count.
What's he gonna do if I walk away?
Who knows? To give you some actual advice, I would walk away.
Leave
Never
town?
sit. I mean, I wouldn't quite go that far, but walk away from this house. Don't go down in that basement.
And there's like some confusion on his face as that he mentions the basement. He's like, I've never, I haven't been in the basement in over a decade.
Yeah, sure.
And I think
Um,
he takes a step closer when he says that, yeah, sure. And he's like, we're not playing this game anymore, Julian.
I'm not playing a game. I just can't tell you what you don't remember and have you believe me.
What am I not remembering then?
Your your visits here in the off season on those bye weekends.
You did have me. I just didn't know.
Well, hmm. I'd love to give you an excuse, but I can't. I'm run out, I'm afraid.
You're just weak. You're you're not even evil. You're just weak.
Yeah,
It's your father.
it's funny. If you'd lived here, you would have been weak too.
How much did you let that man take from you? If you, if any of that was real, if you actually cared at all about me and you were gonna give him your kid, this house, did you at least protect Jenny? How much did you let that man take from you?
And he drains the glass and starts to pour himself another one. There's nothing that I haven't given them except right now.
Why are you taking a stand now?
That's courage. I'm too tired. I don't know why. I guess maybe I want you to get out.
And I think, oh, Jeremiah, you stupid fool. Jeremiah's gonna pluck the glass out of Julian's hand and put it on the desk and just pull the old man into a hug because it's just sad. and he should hate this man, and I think a part of him does, but it's very clear Julian Montanaro is broken. Maybe he shouldn't let his own guard down this much, you know, give access to his back to so much of him, but Terry always told him how to take care of people. That's what he wants to be. He doesn't want to be someone who just gives and gives. He wants to care with an effort that is concrete and solid.
And I think Julian gives you a couple of pats on your back and says, "You can't help me."
Can I help Jenny?
And he just shakes his head.
I think Jeremiah knows the moment he lets go, it's over, and he's stalling, just like how he stalled outside of Lorraine's room. Because once you see it, once you do it, you can't unsee it. And he doesn't have all the details. It's fuzzy in his head, but he knows something was wrong, and it was not the kind human thing that he thought it to be or wanted it to be, that warmth in the Montanaro family that he thought he could have or take part in. That's never what this has ever been. But if he lets go, that's it. And even a cage sometimes seems warmer or comfier or safer than a vast open chill of the wilderness, even if that means you're free.
Yeah, and I think like Julian gives you like one kind of weak squeeze that's almost a hug and says, "You better go before anything else happens."
I can't thank you because you don't deserve it, but try not to suffer more than you have to. And I think he breaks it, and there's this part that's clawing at him that wants him to go to the basement to find more, know more, and the Briarwood kid just slaps that shit silly. Uh, and he is going to go for the front door to go leave.
Okay. Um, can we take a quick 5 minutes? Is that all right? Okay.
That's a good question. I'm not sure where Terry is staying. Um, I don't
But
think it's at the resort. I think you're
yeah,
staring. I think Jeremiah's staying at the
yeah, he's
resort.
staying at the resort. Yeah, in the penthouse.
I think Terry's staying at a hotel in town nearby the
So
Dripping
he
Dagger.
he wouldn't know about that probably. So I wouldn't after that meeting, if he gets out, it sounds like he gets out of the Montanaro house. Uh, Nothing claws him towards the basement, and drags him back, a la horror movie. Then I think he shows up on Kira's door. Now maybe that's just a little bit after Kira and Terry got back, or it could be like four, three. I don't know what the time is, but XYZ time. But he can't. There's no way he's heading back to his own hotel room after that. He doesn't want to bother Lorraine again. He's not sure where Terry is. He probably shows up by Kira's door.
You could text or call. You know that, right?
I think
What?
it's
No, this is a child from before those things existed. He
I
forgets that in moments.
I think it's convenient if Jeremiah is standing on the stoop at the front door when Terry pulls up to drop Kira off.
Mm.
Yes. Yes, I
Okay,
think you guys did. You went out for dinner or something
Yeah, we
after
for
all that.
lunch. Yeah.
lunch. Yep.
You went out for lunch, and then
So I think
he's sitting on the stoop.
yeah. uh, Well, Terry, do you want to come in? Looks like Jeremiah's here.
I mean, I don't want to impose.
Oh, hilarious. Come on.
Okay. And he'll park the car and yeah.
And
You
Kira
see him
calls.
looking kind of sheepish, Jeremiah. Like he's rocking up. He's wearing a pretty decent looking button down shirt and those bespoke trousers and stuff like that. But you notice that there's like some kind of like dust or mud like kind of on them, like off to the side, as if he's been somewhere like gritty.
I think Jeremiah is wearing stuff that you recognize, but in all the wrong ways. It's the stuff you used to like hang out with when you were teenagers. Like it's not like the fancy name brand shenanigans. It's like a thrift store t-shirt with like three wolves and a moon on it or some bullshit like that kind of stuff, and just like a pair of baseball short or like sports shorts, you know? Uh, it's not like the t-shirt that looks so suave but is from Theory and it's like $500 even though it's literally just a plain blue t-shirt. Uh it's yeah, thrift store goods.
Hey, Jeremiah,
Hey,
looking good, buddy.
yeah, felt a little more familiar than that stuffy stuff, huh?
Yeah. Now, if you could just talk Terry into chilling out a little bit, looks at Terry's leather pants.
He just kind of like shoves his hands into his pockets and just kind of like looks a little sheepish. Like
Wait, are they leather pants or are they slacks? This is a very important distinction.
there's slacks because I mean like he would need something like comfortable to jump over walls and stuff with
Okay,
and move around.
just checking.
Yeah.
Faux
And
leather.
yeah. And Jeremiah will smile and say, I don't know, I think he looks pretty good in those.
Uh-huh. Are those your? Never mind, Terry. Come on inside.
Oh my God,
He
are they
just
his
kind
parents?
of laughs. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Coffee.
Coffee would be great. And then maybe no, we coffee doesn't need extras. We shouldn't need extras to talk about. I I want to just talk about some things.
Okay.
She
And he sees a serious look on your face and just kind of like and like gives a sidelong glance over at Kira. Yeah.
Kira starts the coffee, then walks in to another room and comes back with the bottle of whiskey.
There's a bit of a longing in Jeremiah's eyes as he looks at the whiskey, but he knows that that's a demon in his blood that he should not indulge, and doesn't pour it, doesn't go for it, just sips the black coffee.
Do we know that Jeremiah? I can't remember. Is it known that Jeremiah has like a substance abuse issue?
No, he doesn't, but
It's
Jim,
because of
his
Jim.
dad, Jim was a huge alcoholic.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, of
Because of Jim
course.
Barnes, yeah. That I
Yeah, Jim
remember.
Barnes, and yeah, right now things are hard and he shouldn't solve that with booze. Uh, because that's only done bad things in the Briarwood and Barnes families. That's never worked out well for them. Uh, so he takes a sip of the black coffee. Do you remember when we were kids and I brought mushrooms yesterday, but when we when we did those mushrooms.
Oh,
When we
totally.
did those mushrooms,
Well, yeah, you. I just
you kept us safe.
I tried.
Okay. I mean, did did anything happen? Jer- Jeremiah.
You, um,
Did anything happen?
Not to me. Again, I don't know if it would have happened to me, even if I took something. I,
What?
well, no,
Like what?
you always mentioned those weird women, right? Those weird women you saw.
Yeah, those freaky mud witches, sure. Yeah. Why?
Well, like stirs the coffee like with a spoon. Apparently, I got the answer out of Lorraine after all these years. And I think like he's looking at the mug and you see just like a couple like tears fall. One even breaks the surface of the mug.
Hey, hey, look at me. What did the hell did she tell you that got
Is it
you
true?
so goddamn upset?
My mom chose to be that
Be.
instead of with me. I don't know if she was that already, kind of, or if she even was that at all, but that's where my mom is. That's why the private eyes could never find Lilith Briarwood, because she's a fucking mud witch.
What? He'll reach out and like he'll clasp your hand if you'll let him.
Yeah, Jeremiah lets him. Oh, and here's the kicker. As if we didn't actually know it, we just never said it. Apparently, Silent Falls eats Briarwoods for breakfast. And Killian's missing. Didn't realize. His kids are here. Enoch's kicking around somewhere. Marcia. And I can't leave.
What do you
I
mean you
spent so
can't leave?
long. I can't leave. I spent so long running from this place. Thought I was running, or at least I was just taking short breaks, but Lorraine told me to go. She said I should run as far from here as possible.
Okay.
And we both know I'm not.
I think Kira steps around to the other side of the counter, the bar or whatever it is in the kitchen, and comes up to Jeremiah after hearing that. After hearing Jeremiah say that he can't leave, and she puts a hand on his shoulder and then looks into his eyes to see if it's true. I,
I th
and she,
I think it is. I think that same yearning or feeling that you felt that dragged you back, uh, Jeremiah, through who knows what force of will, determination, has been kicking that thing back with a stick to let him leave town and do his baseball career. And now that that achievement, is made, that debt, that debt he made up in his mind that he owed the Montaneros, that he owed the world, that he had to show, is done with. He doesn't have it in him anymore to try and escape Silent Falls. Not on his own.
This is insane. I mean, this is this is about you being what? Sponsored, being supported by the Monteros for how long now?
Those are fun words for me. I think the real word was owned, kept, but no, it's not that. In fact, Julian let me go
What
as
do you
much
mean?
as Julian can. I don't really know. I don't remember, and some of it's fuzzy. Not today, but before this. But Julian told me to go and get, and
Well, then I don't know. I have to see out the concert with single side. Yeah, just another couple of days, and we could could leave. We, I could take you with me. If you don't want to do baseball anymore, that's fine. We could do something else, or you know, could help.
Can I just take one more person down off the list of what Silent Falls want and who's left then? Two teenagers? I can't do that.
What are you saying?
And he like looks up and you see like the red rimmed eyes. Silent Falls eats Briarwoods for breakfast. There's not many of us left. And I can't put that weight. Lorraine, Lorraine didn't let me bear that weight when I was that age. I'm not gonna let Alex and Jack do that.
This is this is nuts. Come on. You make it sound like make it sound like you guys are. I mean, looks like here. Make it look like you guys are tied here to some kind of like crazy rubber band or something like that that just brings you back, even if you try to leave. I mean, that's. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds?
So it's got spikes in the hollow wells also.
I guess. I It wants me here. I don't.
It. What the hell is it?
it's
Silent Falls.
it's the town.
He kind of pushes away from the table. I. I can't believe this. We're talking about being dragged back to a town that we were raised in. I mean, again, do you realize how weird that sounds?
Hey,
We can leave. Come on.
now I'm afraid of what happens here if I do leave. I
What do you
mean,
mean?
it's like Jeremiah says. Who, who do we leave to deal with it? Who's gonna be here? Who's going to be here to finish it?
Finish what? If you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing, why are you.
But it's what our family's done for generations.
I know. I know I've always said that I'm trying to take care of people my whole life. And when my aunt died, I just didn't feel like I had any anchors left. I thought everybody left. I thought everybody left. And this is looking straight at you, Jeremiah. And I didn't want to come back here. I thought I could make a different life away from here.
And you can. You don't feel it, right? You don't feel it, Terry. You're not a Briarwood or a Barnes or a Howell or a Montanaro North. You don't feel it, Terry. You can go.
You should. You should. We should go because if you stay here, then you'll be dragged down.
But I've already left you all behind.
I ran. You never left me behind, Terry. I ran and I fed the beast or something. I don't know how exactly it all worked, but I it did something, and that's I would I'd like nothing more than for you to stay. But I can't sit here and say I give a rat's ass about you and ask you to do that. And I do. And I think he like squeezes your hand that's been holding his hand a bit. Shit, I do. And I haven't said it because I was scared, because it was wrong, because it was wouldn't be popular with fans or management or HR, but I love you. And I think I always have. And I
So
can't.
let's go. Let's take everybody. We can do that. Come on. Take the
I think
kids. If you don't want them to be responsible, then just let's go with them. Just we'll
Jeremy,
we'll we'll do something. We'll move. We'll, I can settle down. But just not here. We can go someplace else. Kira, you can, we can move Eddie and the kids. To place, I don't know, nearby if you really want to. Why stay?
Jeremiah makes eye contact with Kira because she feels it. She gets it. She knows. And Jeremiah knows that no words he says will ever make Terry understand, but Kira gets it.
Yeah, Kira meets your eyes, and nothing needs to be said. You both know. We both know.
Remy? Has he been here too?
Remy could probably go. Maybe you can get him out. I know you want to save someone real bad, and I'm sorry it can't be us.
I don't. I don't understand why. And this is where he's gonna reach across the table and, kind of clutch your face. I don't understand why it can't be you.
Jeremiah will just lean his scruff, bit of a scruffy cheek now. He's let his scruff grow a smidge and let the stubble scratch against your hands as he leans in. I know you don't. And I'm sorry.
Can you fight? I don't know. I mean,
Maybe. I don't. I don't know. Lorraine managed to fucking kick its ass to live to be 100 and whatever god awful age she is. So maybe. But I don't want you to suffer through that.
I don't want to. I don't want to leave you behind again.
You didn't leave me. I left you. And now is the moment where you've cared for, well, not right now, but now this we can spend some time, we can make some memories before the concert, things we should have done before that we didn't. But you have to promise me that in the end, Terry, you're gonna pick you. You're not gonna care for one of us. You're not gonna big brother sacrifice. And as he looks kind of towards Kira as he says that, boyfriend, sacrifice. You're gonna walk on your own 2 feet away from this place for you.
I don't know if I can.
I do. I know you can. And he'll like reach one of his own hands up your cupping space and he'll drag a thumb across your cheek, wipe away a tear or two, kiss the palms of your hand where you're holding his head. I know that you have it in you. And the hand that is not occupied with Terry will sort of reach out and take hold of Kira's hand and grip it far too tightly. Far too much strength, especially poor fucking Kira. This is a professional athlete that deals with like bats and balls, and he's like really squeezing your hand.
We wrap that there. Okay. Yeah, let's fade out here. I'll stop the recording and we'll do our debrief.